In December, as winter's chill envelops the world, a seismic shift reverberates through the financial markets. Investors, like restless sentinels, gather at the precipice of uncertainty, betting on an imminent pivot that could reshape the economic landscape. With inflation still looming and interest rates teetering on the edge, the stakes have never been higher. The air is thick with anticipation as whispers of rate cuts echo through the hallowed halls of power. Since the dawn of commercial aviation, the United States has been a pioneer in air travel, shaping global standards and expectations. However, decades of deregulation, economic volatility, and geopolitical tensions have left the industry vulnerable. As the nation approaches one of its busiest travel seasons, the cracks in this once reliable framework become increasingly apparent, raising questions about the sustainability of air travel in a rapidly changing world. Since the dawn of commercial aviation in the mid-20th century, the United States has been at the forefront of air travel innovation. However, this once untouchable industry has faced a series of upheavals, from economic recessions to global pandemics, that have exposed its vulnerabilities. As we approach the busiest travel season of the year, the very infrastructure that supports millions of journeys is now under unprecedented strain, raising questions about its resilience in the face of mounting pressures. To understand the impending collapse of U.S. air travel, we must first journey back to the dawn of commercial aviation. In the wake of World War II, the skies opened to a new era of connectivity and freedom as airlines expanded rapidly, driven by a post-war optimism. Yet this growth has been punctuated by cycles of crisis and renewal, revealing a fragile ecosystem that has increasingly relied on the very infrastructure that now teeters on the brink of failure. As the jet age dawned in the mid-20th century, air travel transformed from a luxury into a lifeline, symbolizing freedom and connectivity. Yet beneath the surface of this golden era lay a burgeoning complexity, an intricate web of regulations, aging infrastructure, and an ever-expanding fleet of aircraft, each strain revealing the fragility of the system. The seeds of today's impending crisis were sown as the industry grappled with the dual pressures of soaring demand and the relentless march of time, foreshadowing the chaos that would soon unfold. As the holiday travel season approaches, the tension within the aviation industry reaches a boiling point. Airlines, already stretched thin by years of economic turmoil, face an unprecedented surge in passenger volume, while staffing shortages loom over every bustling terminal. The once reliable infrastructure, frayed at the edges, begins to show signs of catastrophic failure, leaving travelers caught in a web of uncertainty and dread. With each passing day, the stakes rise, and the question remains, will the system hold together under the weight of its own demands? As millions prepare to traverse the skies for Thanksgiving, the cracks in the aviation system widen. Flight cancellations surge, staffing shortages loom, and the once reliable schedules dissolve into chaos. With each passing moment, the pressure mounts. Airlines must decide whether to prioritize profits or passenger safety, and the consequences of their choices threaten to unravel the very fabric of air travel. Will this holiday season become a harrowing test of endurance for a system on the brink? As millions prepare to embark on their Thanksgiving journeys, the tension within the aviation system reaches a boiling point. Airlines, stretched thin by staffing shortages and unpredictable weather patterns, brace for the onslaught of travelers, each carrying the weight of their own expectations and frustrations. With every ticket purchased, the stakes soar higher as the fragile infrastructure faces its most daunting test yet. If you find this video insightful, please consider subscribing to support this channel. Will the skies be filled with gratitude, or will they witness the unraveling of an already strained system? As the world grapples with shifting alliances and the looming specter of economic warfare, the American aviation sector finds itself at a critical juncture. Rival nations are not merely observing. They are strategizing, leveraging their own air travel networks as pawns in a larger game. In this high-stakes arena, the Thanksgiving holiday becomes a litmus test, exposing vulnerabilities that could unravel the very fabric of U.S. air travel amidst geopolitical turbulence. As geopolitical tensions simmer, the once reliable corridors of air travel become battlegrounds for influence and control. Nations vie for dominance, leveraging their aviation capacities as tools of diplomacy and power projection. In this intricate web of rivalries, the stakes are not just about routes and revenues, but about asserting supremacy in an increasingly interconnected world, where a single misstep could send shockwaves through the global travel landscape. As global tensions rise, the balance of power shifts imperceptibly beneath the surface of everyday air travel. Nations vie for influence, using their aviation sectors as pawns in a larger game of strategy and control, while alliances shift like sand beneath the feet of unsuspecting travelers. The stakes have never been higher, and the consequences of miscalculation loom large over the Thanksgiving skies, where diplomacy clashes with desperation amidst the impending collapse of an already strained system. As the weight of unprecedented demand collides with a fragile infrastructure, the air travel system creaks under the pressure. Thanksgiving, the busiest travel period of the year, becomes a crucible, revealing the cracks in a once reliable network. With every delayed flight and overcrowded terminal, the illusion of normalcy shatters, signaling that the countdown to collapse has begun. As the nation braces for the annual Thanksgiving travel surge, the cracks in the aviation system become alarmingly apparent. With staffing shortages, outdated infrastructure, and unprecedented demand colliding, the fragile facade of air travel is poised to shatter. This Thanksgiving, what was once a cherished tradition, may devolve into chaos, revealing the stark reality of a system on the brink of collapse. As the chaos of Thanksgiving travel unfolds, the repercussions extend far beyond the crowded terminals and delayed flights. Economies tremble under the weight of lost productivity, while families face the heartbreaking reality of disrupted reunions. The strain on air travel infrastructure reveals deep-seated vulnerabilities, igniting a crisis that could ripple through global markets and reshape the very fabric of connectivity. The choices made in these pivotal moments will echo through the lives of millions as trust in the system hangs in the balance. As the Thanksgiving holiday approaches, the cracks in the U.S. air travel system widen, threatening not just individual journeys, but the very fabric of the global economy. At stake are billions in revenue, countless jobs, and the fragile trust of a populace that relies on seamless connectivity. The consequences ripple far beyond airport terminals, affecting trade partnerships and international relations as nations brace for the fallout of a travel infrastructure on the brink of collapse. As families gather around tables, the invisible fractures within our air travel system become glaringly apparent. The Thanksgiving stress test not only reveals the vulnerabilities of our infrastructure, but also serves as a reflection of our collective reliance on a system that may soon buckle under its own weight. What will it mean for us if the skies we once took for granted become a battleground of chaos? The future of air travel hangs in the balance, urging us to confront the reality of our choices and the fragility of connectivity in an ever-changing world. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next documentary.